for the stuff.
The Archers is the world's longest-running radio show, with more than 15,000 episodes broadcast. Despite being a rural flavour show, The Archers is recorded in the heart of the UK's second-largest city, Birmingham.
Previously in The Archers, Brian rues that he and Jennifer only saw Rory briefly and now he's gone again. Brian and Alice can't believe Grey Gables is closing its doors next week. Brian is not looking forward to the valuation of his own assets due to Alice's divorce proceedings and everything being under the microscope. Wondering whether Alice's share in the family partnership will provide a matrimonial asset, Brian wants to press on as they are and involve the rest of the family when they have to. Alice knows how worried Jennifer is. At cricket practice, Pat and Tony sympathize with Tracy, all reeling from the news about Grey Gables. Tracy explains the plan to play a series of games against Darrington, with the overall winner lifting the trophy. Tracy, impressed by news, startled Yona and Tony's reflexes, but then Clary takes a nasty slip catching a ball. She refuses to go to hospital. They all worry about Clary, and Pat realizes she'll need a plan B to help Helen in the dairy. Tony suggests Adam. Ian admits to Adam he is upset and a bit lost without the challenge of chiefing at Grey Gables. Ian has started researching ideas to use his redundancy money. Adam says, why don't he just go ahead with Ian's idea to buy a pizza oven? Enjoying a relaxing drink at the ball and watching Xander play, Adam and Ian reflect. Adam's happy as a farmhand, while Ian wonders whether Oliver and Adil have given him his ticket to freedom. Thank you for listening, and now I will leave you with the episode of The Archers.
This is the BBC.
This podcast is supported by advertising outside the UK.
BBC Sounds. Music, radio, podcasts.
You're listening to Monday's episode of The Archers from BBC Radio 4.
Tracy?
Clary, I'm about to dash off to work, but I just wanted to see how you are. That was a really nasty fall.
Oh, I'm all right.
But not great.
I had a bit of trouble sleeping. Though that's nothing new. Eddie's snoring would wake a bear from hibernation. I've been up since 5.
It must be hard to get comfy with a groin strain.
It's called an adductor strain. Eddie looked it up for me last night.
Sounds fancy.
Well, if anyone asks, you let them know that's what it is. It's better than having half of Ambridge talking about my groin.
Yeah, I see what you mean. Just to warn you, you're on speaker.
Oh, no, Tracy, who's listening?
Don't worry, there's no one here but me. Gary's just left for work, Dad's asleep, and I finally managed to shove the kids out the door.
Well, so why you got me on speaker? Mia keeps doing that without telling me. I hate the thought of my voice blaring out to all and sundry.
I wanted to get the washing up done before I leave, and I don't want my phone getting wet.
Oh.
You're propped up in the spider plant, nice and out the way.
Multitasking.
Too right.
Oliver's just left for Grey Gables.
Has he?
He looks awful. Poor man is absolutely exhausted.
He's not the only one.
I swear he's working harder to shut that place down than he ever had to when it was open.
My heart bleeds.
I know it seems he's the cause of all this, but it must be heartbreaking for him too. He's hardly eating, and he was up before me this morning.
Clary, you'll have to forgive me if I can't stretch to worrying about Oliver right now. Unless I get myself another job that starts when this one ends, I'm going to be in deep doodah.
Have you thought about going into Porchester and asking in shops and hotels?
I thought about calling in sick and doing that today. but I'd just be landing Roy and Kathy in it.
What's Oliver got planned for you today?
Mostly manning the phones again. I'll be very nicely telling customers that I'm cancelling their bookings. Then I'll be holding the phone away from my ear while they tear a strip off me for ruining their little country getaway.
I've got Ed Grundy coming for the afternoon on Thursday to do the spraying.
How's the weather looking?
I'll keep my eye on it, but so far it's forecast to be dry. He can do Monday instead if things change, but I'd rather not wait that long.
No, I think you're right.
The spring barley's coming along nicely.
Yeah, I thought so too.
The pigeons haven't caused too much damage so far, but we're not out the woods yet. Such a pest.
That's the last thing we need at the moment.
Yeah. Have you heard all these rumours going round about slurry?
Oh.
Seems like some people have got the wrong end of the stick.
Yeah, well, not for the first time.
Brian, is everything okay?
What? Why?
You seem a bit, I don't know, distracted.
Sorry, Stella. I've got things on my mind.
Anything I can help with?
Well, I don't know there's anything you can do.
Sure?
It's the divorce. As we feared, it's looking more likely that any settlement will have a huge impact on the farm business.
I guess we saw that coming, but even so... How bad could it get? I'm assuming I could be out of a job.
Well, hopefully it won't come to that for all our sakes, Stella, but it could be out of my hands. Who knows what the farm will look like after a settlement?
You think you'll have to sell off part of the business?
That's certainly one scenario. We'd be nowhere near as vulnerable if I hadn't set up the partnership. With Alice having a share in it, Chris could well be entitled to half that.
There was no prenup?
Afraid not. That was a Las Vegas wedding that surprised us all. They were young and starry-eyed, and since Chris didn't ask me for my daughter's hand, I didn't have the chance to step in and talk some sense into her.
I see. I think you should stop kicking yourself about setting up the partnership, Brian. You weren't to know what was ahead for Alice and Chris.
Yeah, but I should have thought about it when I set it all up. All couples go through rocky times. And what if Adam and Ian split up down the line? I mean, they've also had their moments.
The way I see it is that you made a sensible financial decision to give the next generation a stake in the farm and to ease the tax burden at the same time.
Yeah, and now my cost-saving initiative could actually cost me the whole lot.
Yes. Well, let's hope it doesn't.
Carrie, what on earth are you doing here?
Sorry I didn't get in first thing. I had to wait for a lift from Edward. But I'm here now. Sleeves rolled up and ready to get stuck in.
Oh, never mind getting in first thing. You shouldn't be here at all. You should be resting. Tracy rang me last night. She told me all about your groin injury.
It's called an adductor muscle.
Yes, well, Tracy told me what happened. It sounds awful. You must be bruised, black and blue.
Eddie did say I looked like Mia's tie-dyed T-shirt. But I'm all right. A couple of paracetamols did the trick.
What do you like? There is absolutely no way you're standing over machines all day. We're not working in 19th century cotton mills.
Honestly, Susan, I'm fine. I'd rather be here, making myself useful.
Pat came in first thing to see if I'd heard any updates. She's very worried about you.
Oh, that's nice of her.
Said you hardly got started with the training.
Now, that's right. Tracy was hitting catches for me and Tony.
And you fell.
There I was looking up, trying to keep under the ball, and I just slipped, really. How daft is that? Overstretched as I went down, I suppose.
Well, Pat'll have a fit if she sees you here.
But you can't manage on your own.
I'm not on my own. I've got Adam.
Oh? Where is he?
Oh, he's showing a client of Helen's round the farm. She's a buyer from a big London deli chain, wanted to see the Monties. With Grey Gables closing, Helen's desperate to find new customers.
How long's he going to be?
I don't know, but
then I'll stay till he gets back.
No, really, Clary, we'll manage fine.
I see. Sounds like you've got everything under control.
We have. So your job, Clary Grundy, is to sit on your sofa with your sewing and a whole packet of custard creams. Give that Edward of yours a ring and get yourself back home.
How's it going?
Good, thanks. Getting through the paperwork?
Oh, you were right. I've just been accosted by Derek Fletcher in the shop, accusing Home Farm of plans to parade sewage through the village.
A sewage parade? Interesting. We could crown our very own Ambridge Queen of Slurry.
God, the mind boggles. Oh, I got your message about fertiliser and fungicide use. I've a meeting in an hour, but I've time to take a quick look now.
Oh, it's all right. We can leave it until next week if that suits you better. I want to get it right before I change the order. Balance reduction with risk. The price is skyrocketing.
Tell me about it. Well, what about next Tuesday morning?
Yeah, sounds good to me. I'll get it in the diary. Have you had any more thoughts on safeguarding the farm business?
Good, it's all I've thought about. I've got a friend who's an accountant. I'm going to give him a call.
I don't know if there's any point in getting a friend involved. There's no way he'll be allowed to value it, Brian.
I know. Both solicitors will insist on someone independent. But it could be useful to get a few pointers up front on how we can present the farm's assets in the most favourable way for us.
If it's just to get ballpark figures, I suppose it could give us an idea where we stand.
Yeah, along with any legal loopholes we can take advantage of.
But you want to be careful not to muddy the waters, Brian. I'm sure you'll get whoever values the farm to see it from your perspective. You're a good negotiator. But we could do without giving Chris's solicitor any reason to call foul play.
True. I was going through some rough calculations with Jenny last night. I really don't like what we might be facing, Stella.
I don't want to drag you away from your work.
No, it's fine. I was due a lunch break around now anyway. How's Grey Gables?
Horrible. Roy's got a solicitor on board. He's trying to make waves, but let's face it, he's not going to get me my job back, is he?
Do you see much of the bloke? What's his name?
Ardil. Yeah, that's another thing. Walking around nice as pie, friends with everyone. He's really putting my back up.
Still can't believe it. Ambridge without Grey Gables.
But I do have some better news.
Oh, yeah?
I just spoke to Lily Pargeter when she popped in to see Freddie. I thought it's now or never, so I took my chance.
With what?
With asking her about kitchen selling. She agreed to recommend me for a telesales job.
Oh, Tracy, that's brilliant. Congratulations.
Oh, don't congratulate me yet. I'm not counting my chickens. But she's already sent me the form, and when I've done it, she's going to push it through. Hang on a minute, it's on my phone. I've filled in all the normal stuff, but they want me to tell them about my experience and why that makes me the ideal candidate for the job.
Tell them what you do at Grey Gables.
They're already going to be interested in that. It's not got a whole lot to do with selling fancy kitchens.
What you have, Tracy, is transferable skills. Tell them you're excellent at working in a team.
OK, that sounds good. And I'm great at telling people what to do.
There you go. But call it delegation. You feel that an ability to delegate is essential for time management.
Susan, you are brilliant.
Brian, I've been having another look at the partnership details. I think I might have spotted something useful.
Really? You have my full attention.
Am I right that there's a provision in the arrangement for if one of the partners wants out?
Yes, you are, yeah. I put it in to make sure we didn't have to sell off parcels of land if that happened. We're supposed to secure the farm's future as a family business. We all put a lot of effort into getting it right.
Sound thinking.
At the time, perhaps. It's a bit of an irony now, because if Jenny and I had kept simple ownership, we wouldn't have this problem at all.
Well, you didn't. But I reckon you might still have a get-out-of-jail card here.
Well, sounds like a bit of a long shot, but you might be onto something, so talk me through it.
The other partners have the right to buy out the shares of someone leaving the partnership.
In theory, yes, yeah. There's details about time periods and interest rates in the agreement.
But the main thing is that the provision is there, legally. If the family can buy out Alice's share, then Chris would have no claim on the farm assets and business.
Clubbed together, you mean?
I would have thought it's worth broaching it, at least. Test the water.
Debbie might be up for it. Until last week, I think it would have been a straight no from Adam, though. But now, I don't know. It's possible.
You think he could be up for investing?
Well, as I understand it, Adam and Ian will be getting quite a substantial cash windfall from Grey Gables. If I can get them on board, it might be just what we need to get the rest of the family pulling in the same direction.
I really think it's worth a try.
Yes, so do I. Yes, thanks, Stella. You might just have given us a ray of hope.
And look, it's come back to bite me later on.